You and your future self. Future self refers to your higher self. Do you know how close and compatible you're from him? Do you think you're separated because of time? Do you think you're separated because of just on who you are right now? The thing is that you and your higher self, y'all are no different from each other. Y'all are the same person. It's just your higher self most likely has a better situation, a successful situation, and a much more comfortable situation, right? And so when it comes into you becoming on the person that you see yourself ideally as successful as your desired self, is that you already are that person within yourself. You're already connected with a string of a line aligned with your higher self and yourself at the moment, right? And the thing is, how am I connected with my higher self? If I'm not my ideal self, well, there you go. You just basically answer your own question. You're not your higher self because you're not your higher self. How can you become your higher self if you're not your higher self, right? And so moving forward in that same concept, your future self is already signaling you, already giving you these messages on who you are within yourself. You're asking yourself questions. You're striving to know who you are, right? You want to know your purpose. You want to know the reason. You want to become a successful person, right? But the thing is that, like I was mentioning, you already have your higher self. So ideally, what you need to change is just your self-concept. It's just your identity. Who are you truly? Who is your true you? Who is your desire yourself, right? Who is your higher self? Who is he? What does he do every day? What does he eat? Where does he live at? What kind of house does he have? Does he have a family? Well, how much money does he make in a year? How much money does he have in a bank account? What car does he like? Who truly is your desired higher self, right? And the thing is that whenever you're trying to become this successful person, your identity on yourself is that word trying means that you're not it. You need to become your higher self. You don't have to try become your higher self. You have to become your higher self, right? Basically, and what I'm trying to say is that you are your future self already. You are your future self already. That is exactly why you're asking yourself questions. That's why you're so curious about how this works, how the universe works, right? Because it's signaling you messages. It's like a symptom. It's like a symptom that you have that's technically constantly telling you like, hey, you need to do this. Why am I doing this? Like, you're asking yourself questions, right? And so, in your dreams, in your aspirations, in your own thoughts, your future self, your higher self is already connected here. The thing that is holding you off is just such a belief. It's beliefs. It's yourself. It's your self-concept. It's your thoughts. It's on who you think you are. Right now, what's truly separating you from your higher self is that you're thinking you are you right now. You're not thinking you're your successful self, your desired self. You're thinking of who you are right now. And that alignment with your mind and the present that you're putting in your own brain is what's putting out to the universe, right? So the universe is not, it's gifting you signals, it's gifting you messages, it's gifting you imagination, but it's not gifting you the true reality that you desire. Does that make sense? So the thing is, think about it like this. You have to communicate with your higher self, right? Communicate with your higher self on who you are. Communicating, knowing who he is. How does he feel like? What does he think every day? What does he do every day? Communicating with your higher self will give you a better idea, and that idea would turn out into a brain preset. And that brain preset, you're gonna just activate and just impulse that thoughts. Okay, I'm a millionaire. All right, I have a business. I have a wife. I have kids. I drive my dream car. Like, how would I feel? What sort of change? What sort of confidence? What sort of assertiveness? What sort of demand I have? What sort of ideas? What kind of creativity do I create every day in my environment? So, beyond those limitations that you have as your sudden self, beyond the limitations is that your destiny is there. Your destiny is what is creating this journey. Your destiny is what is going to bring you beyond your path and basically continue growing, continue impulsing new thoughts. And the higher self that you have right now, it's gonna be much more bigger. Like, what I mean is that once you become this higher self within, there's always gonna be more, right? So right now, you should just think about the life, the self, that authentic self that you will be. How will you feel? What will you attract? How will you think? How will you react to certain situations? How will you perceive yourself day by day on the world, right? And one thing is for certain, right? Just because I'm telling you this doesn't automatically mean that you're gonna receive your reality as soon as possible, right? The thing is about this is that you're changing yourself right now into your higher self concept. That's just the concept, right? But now, it's gonna be difficult, right? It's not gonna get easy. Nothing is easy here, right? You're gonna be struggling. You're gonna be falling back. You're gonna always just be in a tension where, shit is not going well. And that's okay. It's okay. You know why? Because that self concept that you hold yourself true within, that you put such an embracement to it, you always gonna have this relief or just have this like source of trust into your own future. No matter what, promise to yourself, no matter what's going on in your life, what situation has provided you to be in a lower situation or anything like that, always have self-trust. Knowing yourself really, really well that you can overgrow any sort of situation. Any growth situation that you can basically tell yourself, hey, I'm going through this right now, but this is not going to stop me. This is the situation that the world is giving me right now, or the universe, or God, but I'm going to break open and be stronger and be in a much more better state of mind, right? So what I'm trying to say is that you have to prepare. You have to prepare, right? And the importance of this self-concept is that no matter what, your mindset now is thinking of your higher self. Think about it like this. If your higher self is going through a much more worse situation, right? But at the end of the day, he has everything he has desired. How can he truly feel bad if he has everything overflowing on his own currencies, on his own demand, on his own reality, right? It's like if I was to tell you like this, the same money problems that you have right now, would your higher self be overstressed, be worried, or be overwhelmed by that serious situation? Right? He wouldn't, because he already has that outcome that he's a wealthy person. He's already that embraced that he's a better person, right? So, yeah, It's about who you are truly. How do you feel? It's about how you react to the environment. It's about how you perceive on your self concept. But let me tell you this, right? Not every day you're gonna feel like your higher self. Not every day you're gonna have like this energy around you, right? But you know, having that trust, having that demandancy that your future is gonna be the future that you're gonna have no matter what, it's always gonna bring you in an advantage, man. Always. But yeah, man, it's been Fredo Saga. Let's leave the dimension expansion with your new game and let's input into the real world. Let's get it.